Hey guys, E4 Minecraft Tutorials here doing a mod showcase for you guys today, and right now I am showcasing the Falling Meteors mod by Alex DGR8R. I don't know how he expects you to pronounce that. Alex DGR. Yeah. Well, regardless of that, he's got a very nice mod made that you can have meteors fall from the sky and make a bunch of different meteors crash down. It's very cool. And it requires MC Forge, so that's a little bit of a downside, unfortunately, but this is still wonderful. So we're going to take a look at the first meteorite. It's called the Kreknorite meteorite. Kreknorite meteor. So the Kreknorite makes a couple unusual tools, and this is the Kreknorite block. It's right behind here. I have a place right here. It's very cool. It's a very nice designer block. That Kreknorite block can be made with Kreknorite chips in a block formation of 9. Or no, it's not 9. You know what? Some of these days, I don't think you can make Kreknorite blocks. Sorry, I believe Kreknorite blocks have to be mined from the meteor. My mistake. There are a couple things like that. But you have the Kreknorite chips, and you can do some cool things with those. You can make things like Kreknorite helmets, chest plates, and you can make swords. Just a sword, I believe, in this particular meteor. And just take a look at this. It makes some very cool armor. So what you have here is it makes your Kreknorite helmet, and right-clicking that will give it an enchantment, which is fire protection. So I could pretty much go into survival mode with a full set of this armor and just start myself on fire, and I would do absolutely fine because this has got fire protection 5 or 4. Good enough to survive easily. So it's made like normal armor with these Kreknorite chips, and it's very simple. So once you have that, you just have to right click it a couple times until they all become enchanted, and you can put it on, and it makes you look pretty sweet, don't you think? So once you have your Kreknorite armor on, you can change your game mode like me, and I could stand on top of that fire right here and I wouldn't get hurt. See that? I'm on fire and I'm not even getting injured. Well, I'm getting injured very slowly, but that's one of the wonderful things about this armor. The other armors are also the same. The sword that you make is not made with normal wood. It's actually made with iron. It's kind of unusual. Or is it? Is it really? Yeah, I obviously haven't done enough research. 1 second, I need to get some sticks out. In that case, one of the things are made that way, and it's just confusing. And that is an iron sword, not what we want. Okay, Kreknorite sword is made with wood, and you right-click it, and you get an enchantment fire aspect. So if you were to hit a mob with it, the mob would start on fire. It's very effective for fighting anything that's not from the nether. So you have your Kreknorite sword and everything, and this is a Kreknorite meteor summoner. The summoner is what creates these meteors. And let me find the one that I spawned earlier for us. Where is it? Oh, there it is. What happens is you get these little Kreknorite blocks. These things right here. I'm in creative mode. But when the meteor hits the ground, I'll show you guys this. It says incoming meteor. This is like how it is for all the summoners, and then you'll see the meteor come from the sky, and when it crashes, you see that there are little Kreknorite meteor blocks, and those things are also, they burn you if you're standing on them. So if I stand in it, it'll burn me. And you have to mine them before they turn into obsidian, because that's what they turn into when they cool down. So once you get them, you can place them like this, and they don't hurt you at all. And this is pretty much all that this particular thing is. It's got some lava right here. It's very interesting, and it's a nice little meteor. So we've pretty much got all Kreknorite covered. So I'm going to put my stuff in this chest, and including this. Now let's go to Freezerite. This is another kind of meteorite, or meteor, that crashes into the ground like all others, and we're just going to pick up all this stuff, all these goodies. I'm going to take off my current armor. I'm just going to throw that away. Wow, I can't do this. I'm going to throw that away for now. Really have no use for it. So once you have this armor on, it's got this thing called Cold Touch, which you're gonna... I thought I grabbed the head. Did I never make a head? Did I throw away that? It's weird. Oh, there it is. It just looks a little different. And that is pretty fancy looking. Gives me a little face gear guard thing. And it is a very cool thing. It has this special thing called the Cold Touch. So if I am in survival mode, zombie touches me, and it's not the middle of night, and 1 second, he's on fire. I can't live with that. Okay. Zombie touches me. This armor's not very good for avoiding damage. But it has freeze touch, so every time they hit you, I believe that slows them down. Something to that extent. Get away from me. Oh, yes. And that's pretty much what it does. It's very cool. Gives them potion effect. When you hit it, it slows them down. That's what the Cold Touch does. You got respiration, so you can stay underwater if you want it. And the freeze red sword and everything is made the same exact way, except... Let me just try this. I know one of them require that uses iron instead of sticks, but it's looking like these are made the exact same way. It's looking like it. I think that's just the meteorite one tool. Or maybe it's none of them. Maybe I was looking at an old video, but... Anyway, that's all for the armor. It's made the same way, you just have to do the specific patterns, the armor patterns for that with the freeze red crystals, and then you have to right click like normal. It gives you respiration, it's always the same. And the meteors, when they crash into the ground, they don't look like this, they don't look like a big pool of water. But the these blocks right here, which are called freeze right blocks, when it crashes, they're all over the place, but they quickly melt and turn into water. They also freeze water around them. And that's a very cool feature. I like how this mod has them when they spawn, but if you're on top of one, nothing happens. It's not the same as these. So you won't start on fire, but you have to mine them fast in order to get them. If you don't mine them fast enough, then you're not going to get them. That's a freeze ray meter right there. And the sword and stuff, you can use those the same way. The increases the underwater digging speed, increases the underwater cutting speed. I don't know why you would cut wood underwater, but those are the special features to these. And now that's pretty much it for this particular meteorite. It's pretty much all the meteors are the same, except they have different materials that they're made out of. And it's all nifty, so I'm just going to throw almost all of my inventory in here. All the freeze rate stuff. And some extra junk. And now we're going to skip summoners for now because I did them out of order. This is the normal meteorite. There are a couple other cool kinds of meteors that I'm going to show you in a minute, but these are the meteor chips, all this cool nifty stuff. And I didn't right-click them yet for you guys, so you get to see what special enchantment they get. So, what they get is magnetization, and that actually makes items come to you when you're using them. Isn't that... when you drop them. That's what all the tools get. They get magnetization. When you hoe things, they automatically get watered. Or no, that's what the phrase right thing. And when you hoe things, it pretty much just brings them to you. So you see this? I'm going to go into survival mode for you. And I'm going to mine this. And it's supposed to make things come to you more. Maybe you have to use the respective tool for certain things. So if I were to use the pickaxe on the meteorite, I wouldn't want to use the meteorite. I gotta find something good to use the pickaxe on. Okay, if I use the axe on the tree, it's supposed to pull it toward me. No, yeah, it looked like it pulled it towards me a little. It's just an enchantment number 1. Nothing strong. And that's pretty cool. So we have the hoe and the sword and everything, and let's see if these are the magnificent ones. That you get meteorite chips from them. You can mine the meteorite blocks. Fallen meteor. And there was just a creeper behind me. So what do you do with it? Ew, it blew up one of my chests. How terrible. Well, I'll just... Oh, it's a special chest. Let me just throw some junk in here. And what do you have to do to make the meteorite? Seriously, bro. Seriously, bro. That was an important chest. Time. Set. One. I am not... That's not even funny. Okay. Oh, God. Don't you just love animals? They're animals. Okay, so I blew up every chest that was important to me. Except for the summoner's chest. Once that'll come in handy in a second. So, aside of the unusual explosions and the everything falling out, I'm going to throw what I haven't reviewed yet in here. We're going to get back to what the crafting is. So I believe how it is with these meteorites is that you have to use iron. Yes, instead of wood, you use iron to get the meteorite pickaxes. You use the meteor chips, and on top of iron, form it like any other tool you would, except replace the wood with the iron ingot. And that's pretty much how you make all the other tools. And the armor is normal armor. So you have to make it like this. It's pretty cool. Fancy. You just have to right click. And let's take a look at what this looks like. It's actually, you're going to be sad, but what this looks like is a meteor crash. A meteor crash and a meteorite crash are exactly, or what appears to be exactly the same, maybe a little larger. You guys can compare that yourself. But as the meteorite comes, bursts into the ground, and it gives you this. You got all these hot blocks that'll burn you if you're in survival mode. And that's pretty much exactly the same as a meteor. But I'll show you the meteor summoner in a minute anyway. So you've got that. And that's pretty much all that goes on for meteors and meteorites. So that's about it. So I'm going to empty my inventory, and then we're going to go into the cool stuff. Stuff that nearly got blown up a few minutes ago. So you have these meteor summoners, and all these different kinds of summoners. I'm going to get into what that is right there in a minute. But this one is a meteor summoner. There's nothing terribly cool about it. It's just the meteor that you just saw crash into the ground, except it's a different name. Not called meteorite. Well, this is the Kryptonite summoner. Okay, something's unusual here. Suddenly, it's different. Well, then it looks like Kryptonite. This is a meteor. Which is, I think it's more random, actually. The meteor summoner is completely randomized. I just realized that. It picks between the other kinds of meteors. So this is Kryptonite. This is a meteorite, which is what you just saw over there. It's pretty basic. It comes from the ground. It's fancy. It looks like a meteorite block. And what happens is here, you get these two little creepers. They're so cute. But they have little antennae. Look at the antennae. Yep, that's pretty much what they have. They're fancy creepers that spawn in all these. They're electrified creepers, as you can see closer with nothing. Got fancy little antennae. And they do a little bit more block damage. So, now let's check out the freezerite. We're going to show you the cool freezy effect water thing that I showed you before. Comes from the ground. And it blows up and it has all those fancy snow things. And whatnot. This is the unknown meteor, which is a little bit fancier, actually. If you want to take a look at what cool things happen when the unknown meteor hits the ground, it's got... What is that? Well, it's a bunch of different kinds of things, but in the middle, there's a chest. It comes with these little goodies, correct? Chest plates. We got 4 diamonds, a red meteor gem, and a freezerite crystal. That is fancy. What we have here is an unknown one. So, now is the fun one. The Kitty Comet Summoner. When you hit that on the ground, it doesn't make that much big of a blast. It probably make about this whole of a blast when it comes down. But look what's in it. Aww. Look at that cute little kitty. That's what I had in that little glass chamber before. Let me see your face. Let me see your face. Come on, come here. Come here. Oh, I'm out of me. Sorry. It's pretty much just a cat with a little fancy space helmet on that it won't let me look at. But as you can see, cat with a little fancy space helmet. That's what happens in those. These particular meteor time detectors and stuff, you could see that it'll show you how soon those one's going to come down. You can see the little gears going around. And boom. And this is also another thing in this particular one, is a portal to the nether. It's a little bit randomized. I was not aware that this was randomized. I thought it always happened. But it just spawns another portal in there. It's pretty cool. Everybody loves nether portals, right? And pretty much, that's another part. So yes, they come with a rare little spawning of a nether portal. That's enjoyable, right? And yes, so that's pretty much it for the mod. Wait, no it's not. So this is what I have here is the meteor shields. The meteor shield and these little protected land testers. Now if you take a look at this meteor shield, the meteors will randomly crash around the world at random times. You don't have to spawn it. But you see this fancy thing going on right now? We have a meteor going on right now. It's pulling in a bunch of things, and you can see here so these aren't protected. No, not protected at all. Still pulling things in. It's because I believe you need these red meteor gems, I think. You put the red meteor gems inside of the thing, and it gives you a certain percentage. Once you're at 100%, it gives this little beam that goes in the sky. It's very fancy, and you can see that the land is protected by me, now it's 35, and it just goes on, and look what happens when I try and spawn a meteor. Incoming meteor, you say? You say there's an incoming meteor, probably because I haven't protected the area. And it blows up. I suck. No, sorry guys, that was my mistake. I didn't check everywhere. You don't think I waited long enough? You take the red meteor gem, fill it all the way up. Got your protectors going around here. Turn these on. Just gotta protect the area generally. It's really big protection radius. Now what happens when you try to spawn a meteor in here? It's not supposed to do that actually, and I think I'm doing something wrong. Because the meteors are actually supposed to not be able to shoot there. It might have something to do with my creative modedness, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. Meteor shield. It's looking like that's about it. But how that's supposed to work is it's supposed to not let a meteor fall in that area. It might be natural, whatever. But that's pretty much it for this particular mod showcase. Thank you guys for watching. That's all the fancy, cool features that this mod involves. Just take a look at this mod. Download link in the description. Give some support to the person who owns this mod. It's very fun. Take a look at it yourself. You can play a nice survival series with this. And I thank you all for watching. Bid you all farewell. I will see you all tomorrow. Although notice, guys, tomorrow is Wednesday. So what I'm really saying is I probably won't see you guys tomorrow, but if I do, that's special. It's a special occasion. And I hope you guys enjoy your day. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching.